Monday is not a fun day, and Tuesday another blues day. Wednesday's getting better, Thursday doesn't matter, and Friday is the last day. And then it's W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend.
It is weekend, and if it's a couple minutes past 11 o'clock, welcome everybody. Welcome to the club with Lucas on 106.9 FM RCE, right here in the rainy city, in the middle of the city of rain in Barcelona. And I am not alone today, but I want to welcome everybody because each day is a gift, right? Each day is a gift. All right, but I'm not alone because we are representing as well here at RCE 106.9 and my house here on the club with Lucas. I want to thank you for being here. We're representing a solemn moment today. I'm kidding. You know what? 3 people are sitting in the studio today. I'm not alone. And I'm never alone because the Lord's always with me. But yeah, she is. It's also a great 1980 record by Amy Grant. But I'm sitting in here with people representing the BCN studio because the 3 of us are going to be doing something next month. Not together necessarily, but throughout. Like the beginning, the middle, and the end. It's like Alpha and Omega. Oh my God.
Yeah,
this keeps on happening. Now, Nicole Kolars. Sir Ian Anderson.
That's me.
Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to give my own little one-man salute. We'll give 3-man salute and 3 women. 3 women and men salute. 3 queen salute here. Hey. And and you know what, guys? You know if it's a few minutes past 11, you're always listening to this bitch ass at 106.9 FM because I want you to join me as well on the Club with Lucas on Instagram. You can also follow us on the Facebook channel at English Radio BCN and catch us with your peepholes at RCE 106.9 FM on the YouTube. Now, I will also say that all of the things that we're going to be talking about at the BCN studio, which is located in Carrer El Cano in Poble Sec, right? It's actually parallel to Carrer Bly, and everybody knows that street. I sounded like somebody that didn't want to sound like, but everybody knows it's true. On Calle El Cano, número 26. And you can also get the tickets at thebcnstudio.com. But also, you know, if you just go to the Club with Lucas, you go to Nicole Kolars, you go to Fickle Eulogy, you go to Traumedy Show, you go to Ian Anderson Comedy, you're going to find this also on the Instagrams. Yeah, we're all over Meta. Welcome to the Maxi Pad. This is what's going on up in these days. Now, how are you kids as I spiel my spiel? How you doing today?
Nicole?
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just I would be otherwise in my bed with the rain, but I would not miss this chance to be with the 2 of you. I've been waiting for this moment.
We only set up this interview so we could all hang out together.
Yes.
Because we're such busy women of show business.
Yes.
Already know.
Yeah, so
Busy bitches.
it's great, but actually I start traveling tomorrow, so this is a really nice way to just get myself into like work mode. It's hard. Like calling the performing arts work is something my working class self still struggles with, but it's a job. So I'm going back to work.
Yes.
And,
He's going back to his roots. He's got to go back to work because we all got to work. Now, we're working it here today because, like I said, we've got 3 shows coming off. Now, we're going to do something interesting at the end of the show. They're going to interview me, and I'm going to get all moist and goosey and loosey for you. But because not only are we representing here for the BCN studio with Traumedy and Fickle Eulogy at the end of the February, in fact, exact 1 month from tomorrow, I'm premiering my first Superstar Smash one-man performance comedy piece inspired by many people. Okay? but specifically Sandra Bernhard, then Joan Rivers, then Kathy Griffin, George Carlin, and John fucking Leguizamo.
all the games.
At the end. So, and Little Lukey's been doing his stuff here and emceeing and broadcasting went up for a while. Actually, this year will be 10 years since I was subbing here on Fridays.
Wow,
with
10
Katrina
years.
Logie, and I want to shout out her right now. But I also want you kids to catch us live because the jams, because of Meta and YouTube things, the jams sometimes get lowered if you're watching us with your peepholes. But you can always catch the jams live all over Catalonia 106.9 FM and RCE.cat as well, okay? Now, because we are a part of a loud minority, I'm going to play an old song, United Future Organization, which is something that maybe people might not remember, but I think somebody might remember. And we're going to get into a little bit of news that we serve up here always in English, as we do here, and I'm the only one who really does it in Catalonia in English, okay? So we have some shit to talk about, and it's almost 11 out of the clock, so let's talk about it in just a minute. After this loud minority, we'll be back in about 3.5 minutes, kids.
One of the things that breaks me up when I go to a jazz club, I go to a jazz club first to hear the music, but second of all, and this is a very important reason, to dig the people. The people in jazz nightclubs are the funniest.
Dancing.
Yes, because we should be dancing. Yeah. Okay, so we started off with a little bit of jazz for you because we like to get a little snazzy up in here. But also, there's an element of things that we need to talk about. And someone told me, Lucas, you say that a lot. You say out of curiosity, and there's an element. And I said, it's because I'm a fucking educator. But also, ooh, child. All right, now, because we do what we do as we do here at the Club with Lucas, there are some questions that I would like for us to address. Family, gather around, get your poison.
That's it.
Hopefully it's caffeinated. But we know how we do with Caragelos up in here in the mornings. And I'm a little shook right now. All right. But I would also like to say, as we start this report, we're going to talk about things going on in the United States of America.
Where?
And, okay, right. It's gone now. It's gone now. That death is
Greenland.
gone now. And I would also like to report that yesterday in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was the first and the biggest stand down and stand up, really, walkout in almost 80 years in the history of the United States. So certainly before most of us and our parents have been born. And it is the first time that that has happened. And scores and scores, if not hundreds of thousands of people left their jobs, didn't go to work, didn't go shopping. They went out in the streets. And it was in centigrade, it was about negative 10 to 12. It was over negative 20 in Fahrenheit. And if you don't know what that does to the skin or anything,
Eyeballs.
it's because because you don't know. And I also, about 60% of our audience is Catalan and Spanish, but it is brutal.
Yeah.
It's extreme and hard, like Extremadura, and it's for real. And so they were out there in droves. I would also like to say yesterday it was ruled, or the day before yesterday, the killing of Renee Good was ruled by the official medical examiner as a homicide. So they're classifying this by an ICE agent, citing multiple gunshot wounds, including to her head and chest. This has been intensifying calls for accountability and transparency, but the fact that I even have to say that's intensifying calls for that is ridiculous because the man is being hidden and protected by
The government.
Yeah. And this just brings into so many other things of questions that need to be taken into account. For example, in Minneapolis, with this Day of Truth and Freedom and scores of thousands of people, this fatal shooting ended up involving clergy people, unions coming out. When the sindicatos come out, because let's be real, a lot of unions in the United States, specifically in certain parts of the United States, are not leftist bastions. No. Okay. Jesus. And so when they're coming out, you know that there's a tide turning. Now,
Yes.
across the board, his approval of his is Voldemort, but Trump's approval ratings are between 34 and 38%. It is the lowest in record history since Nixon, another Republican, of any standard president. And I say standard because I cannot put him in that standard.
And he's not a
But-
crook.
What do you mean? He's only been indicted 34 times criminally and an adjudicated rapist, but need I go on? He's also been published, it was published on Monday, that he has made in the last 11 and a half months since he took in office $1.4 billion of grifting. And with this new organization of Board of Peace shit, I don't know if you've heard about this, but he's establishing a Board of Peace where each official state member, i.e. countries, have to pay him $1 billion to be that. He's going to be the head chair of that. And the countries that we're talking about that are paying this are, of course, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Argentina. You should have seen Malay with his coif.
Peace comes at a price.
Him and Avascal look like they want to be fisted by an unlubricated baseball bat. And it looks true. And this is a reason why they talk about the things that they do. And Avascal, I got your number. I'll do it. He's got a little bit of conscience. But also, I would like to say that federal judge has also limited ICE tactics against peaceful protesters as of yesterday, ordering them that they cannot detain, arrest, or use tear gas because they tear gassed a family of 6, which ended up stopping the breathing of their 6-month-old baby that was in the car. They are all U.S. citizens. I'm glad to report that the baby is okay and back to normality. But they also went into another citizen's house, took him out of the bathroom in underwear and a tank top in negative 14-degree weather with only a blanket over him, and he was an American citizen. Now, this is federal control that is going on, but they have taken also over many control of the investigations towards this man. His name is Jonathan Ross, by the way. He's the ICE agent who killed Renee Good. That is his name. If you can find him, I'm doxing, bitch. His name is Jonathan Ross. And the broader controversy continues about additional shootings because more people have been killed since then. They've also had, as of last night, someone had their foot blown off. It was non-fatal, however, but another guy has had his eye blown off and he will never be able to see again. This continues to go on, and droves of people are going across the country. Now, this was only day one of this stand out and, get out of work and school stuff, but it's spreading across the country like herpes or the Kardashians. And I would also like to talk about the geopolitical stage because most of us have been wondering if he's going to try to, he being Voldemort Drumpf, if he's going to try, to include Greenland into his North American wannabe powers because he's also threatening Canada. If you didn't know that. But while he was at Davos, he kept replacing the word Greenland for Iceland. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but about 5 or 6 times. Because at the beginning of his speech, he called it a block of ice, and then he just kept calling it Iceland.
He also doesn't know where it is.
What do you mean? The U.S. people, us people from the United States know our geography real good. I'm going to tell you what. And it is full on real. Now, obviously, while he was at Davos, it was also noted that whereas before we noticed this dark, Sith spot on him, we now see the Sith spot on the left hand as well. And then he was with a meeting right after that with Zelensky, and I'm talking caking. Like when they do Queen Victoria makeup on the theater, that shit.
Oh, really?
On both of the hands. Yeah. Now, I would like to report, I have been saying this to my university sessions and a couple of my business clients, that I do not believe we're going to get to the summer with at least fully capacitated or a dead. I believe he might be passed on before the summertime and or my birthday. May the 4th be with you, by the way. You can send all greetings to go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is full on real. It is congestive heart failure is what's being reported, but also with elements of small TIA, which is transient ischemic attacks, which are mini strokes. And as someone who has had one and survived it, I know what that shit feels like. Now, over here, we're going to talk about something that makes us feel good down in here in Catalonia in Spain. Well, Mr. Lipshits, Pepe Feixó, is blaming Pedro Sanchez for all of the rail drama that's happened. Latest news of this morning is that the horrible train drama that happened near Córdoba actually was caused by a train rail. Part of it was not fully intact. And while it should have been under better maintenance, that is certainly something that's coming up to the fore, because also what happened here in Catalonia and Spain, because we've had 7 days of the last 8 of rain, and that doesn't happen here normally. I mean, I've had Christmases on the beach, which sucked, to be honest, but I don't like that stuff. But, it's not normal for this to be happening here. And unfortunately, a train assistant was killed when a block of rocks that was actually fortified, but after 7 days of rain came crashing in, stopped one of the Rodalies, which are the local trains here in Catalonia. Now, what's something that happened a couple of years ago with the freedom and the amnesty that was provided, Charles Peak of the Hill. If you don't know Catalan, you'll look it up. Charles Peak of the Hill. Now, but not full amnesty, let's be real, but still. Catalonia with Moncloa, with Spain, controls a lot of the train systems here in Catalonia now. There has not been real proper maintenance on either side, so let's call a spade, please. But another drama happened yesterday as well in the train system here. So, of course, the PP is coming out to blame the powers that be over there. Not mentioning, when Rajoy was in office and the worst of the worst happened in Compostela, where 80 people died and hundreds were injured. Nobody blamed that. But let's talk about another good thing. Yet again, the International Monetary Fund has now raised Spain's growth. We were almost at 3% last year. They've raised Spain's growth forecast to above 2.3% so far, positioning it as the strongest economy in the EU and one of the strongest economies in the global spectrum.
Wow.
Again, this will be the 5th year in a row, by the way. 5th year in a row.
Doesn't feel like it.
Where's all that going? Where is all that going?
This is the
with the
question.
water flowing?
And, well, like Voldemort Trump said, we need to get the waters flowing in LA to get Okay, now enough with the news. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about that's going to be fabulous. So let's throw on another track. Actually, right now the track is escaping me, but my brother, take it away, and we'll be back there, and I'll tell you a little bit about that track in just a moment. It's going to be a jam. Remember, you can catch the jams live on 106.9 FM and live online at rce.cat around the world.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh, wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. No, 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 no. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hell. They don't have so very long before their judgment day. Won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out, they do it every time. If we just let it be. No, 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 no. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me. Change it, yeah. Change it, yeah. Just you and me. Change it, yeah. Change it, can't do it alone. I need some help, y'all.
Okay. That was Howard Melvin and the Blue Notes. And the thing about that song, because I got it this morning and had a bit of a weepy moment. And the thing is, they used to play it on this nonstop religious channel my mother would watch. And it was talking about, I mean, firstly, I think he was doing his ode to the civil rights, the post-civil rights movement of the 70s. But also, he specifically speaks to educators. And then he speaks to the medical field. And then he speaks to the builders, the construction people. And I'm an educator. And my father works in construction, or did. He's retired now and living his best life in Galicia and here. But I sent that to him this morning after my texting you and crying. And he said, Mijito, the message. And I was like, I know, bitch. It's about you, motherfucker. But again,
Listen to the words.
now, everybody, the BCN studio in Poblasec has been doing the Lord's work for over 2 years now. We're moving, this is the
Not
third
quite
year.
that long.
Just over a year.
Just over a year, yeah.
They opened October.
We're moving into the second year, excuse
Yes,
me.
yes.
And it is blown off like Britney Spears with a shaved head and an umbrella. And It is full on, but that was bad. But this was good. You know, the record she did after that was really good too.
It was a great
Blackout.
Blackout.
Oh,
And
crap,
it is
I
a full blackout. And I want to also say they have contributed, along with the Comedy Clubhouse, but they are contributing to an explosion of the most prolific movement of art in any language, but specifically also in English, that's happening in Barcelona at the moment, much more than even in Spanish or Catalan. And I'm just saying, this is why I said earlier that it makes me moist, because there's an element where there's my phrase there. There's an element where we have not had that representation of someone who's been here for 17 and since she was a teenager, 20 years. How many years?
Almost 25 years.
25
You
years.
moved here when you were a baby.
She moved here after high school. And that shit is real. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, it feels incredible.
Yeah, it does.
To be supported by other artists and have a stage.
Yeah.
And and you're going to be on it.
And I'm going to be on it. We're going to talk about that later. But right now we're talking about the traumedy of the fickle eulogy.
That's us.
And, well, firstly, thank you for being here again. Secondly, I guess I should say, since I did that earlier, but also, what are we doing? And firstly, let's tell the dates that you're going to be performing and then get into the nitty gritty of what these are. Firstly, Lady N, please.
Actually, Ian, you're first, right?
You are first.
I'm kind of spread-eagled.
Yes, you
with
are.
Fickle eulogy in between.
You're embracing the month.
So I got 6th of February and the 21st of February.
Ugh.
And then I got you right where I can see you.
Right in the middle there.
And when are you, Nicole?
13th, 14th, and 15th of February.
Wow. It's a caller's takeover.
Well, you know, the way the show is, for me, it makes sense to do it 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And because it's just it's a very
intense.
intense process for me. So, but then I thought maybe it would be good to one day just do it once a week. That would be an interesting way to share it with people. But
I love Nicole's show.
Oh, man.
Like, I've seen it so many times.
I've seen it thrice.
And the first time I saw it was in Edinburgh at the Fringe. We were there at the same
God.
time.
No. Really?
You came to the show.
Yeah, and it was 11:15 in the morning.
Yes.
And I took my partner, now fiance, trapped him, and we were sitting in there. I always say that I wanted to get him to say yes before he can really understand what I'm saying.
So you did it in front of a
Secret to
really
love.
big Christmas tree.
The
with
secret
lights.
to love is a language barrier. We all know this. And
Okay, where's your
so it was 11:15 in the morning. It was a shorter version of the show. I think it was like 45 minutes,
Yes.
wasn't it? And so we're sitting there. It was like this black box. Nicole was spectacularity, and the tears were streaming down my face. And then when we got out, we went for a coffee, and my partner Leo was like, "Ooh," in my face. But then we went to see it again, and he was the same. And every time I see it, I respond like it's the first time I've seen it. I can't wait to see it again. So good.
I was too much a barrel. The last time I saw it, I was with you
Yeah,
and
we
one of
were
your
up
friends,
front,
and
yeah.
I couldn't hold it back, and I was really trying to not, because I was right on the front, you know, where we should always be.
Yeah.
But they tried to put us in the back for so long. And, at least us. And okay, so obviously it's many dramas and traumas that have inspired both of the works that are here. Okay, three of the works that are here.
3 of the words.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that later. Okay, Sir Ian, tell us about your story, please.
Well, the last time I was here,
It's been a year and a half now.
yeah, it was September
Of 24.
of 24. I just performed for the first, I'd done the Edinburgh Fringe, which my venue that year was sitting down in a basement, no microphone. I was too tall for the room.
The ceiling was.
Yeah.
I came to. I went to see him in Edinburgh as well.
Yeah, so Nicole's
With my
very
son
supportive, and
and my
she comes along, and like her son was having an allergy attack,
Yes.
so he couldn't breathe, and
was
she made
so-
him
Shut
sit.
up.
She made him sit through the whole show. It's like an hour and 10 minutes. He's like, oh, and she's like, "This is art, darling," and he was wonderful.
But was
and
he coughing and coughing and coughing?
He's
we had
got.
to resuscitate him twice.
He's got a slight, he's got an allergy to
Yeah.
some nuts, and we had where you performed. It was a cafe upstairs,
cafe.
and we ate something that had some kind of nut
was
in
a
it.
vegan
So we started to
no.
get some scratchy throat, feeling
and you
quite
could
uncomfortable.
see he wanted to stay. It was so sad, but she's a great mother.
Of course you did.
You have to see this.
You need to see this.
You have to listen to a story.
And then I came back. I did a show at the Clubhouse because it was the September 11th like holiday. So they were like, no, they're like, no one's going to come out. Do you want? They had a space. Hannah Becker's like, oh, we have a free space if you want to run your show. I said, I'd love to do my show standing up, you know? and it's sold out. It's sold. It was so full, we had to refuse people from the door. So then I'd done the interview here, and I had, last time Lucas I was here, I genuinely had no idea what was going to happen with the show. And I've just been touring it around Europe. I'm actually, the reason why I'm going to Thailand at the end of February is I'm taking the show to Bangkok, plus some other places. Oh, yes. Like, so many cool things are happening, and I've not been in the arts a long time, kind of like you. And so this is kind of all I've known. But what I will say is, like, I'm a comedian technically, but also in theatre, and the support of so many different communities. It's not just comedy people that have supported my show. It's been unbelievable. Like, it's a really exciting time in Barcelona to try something you've always wanted to try. I was 39 when I started comedy, and now this is my career. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it? Because you saw me at the beginning.
Yes, but right away, I mean, you're telling a story that's truthful and real and raw. You have come out the other end, and you're shining, and you're sharing this with people. That's why it's doing so well, and that's why I've seen it 4 or 5 times, and I'll see it again because
I haven't. Yeah, I've got a restraining order on me because I haven't seen it.
Oh, you'll
yet.
see it.
But I'll see it on the 6th, so we should go together.
You're a virgin?
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
virgin.
my gosh!
Well, I actually am a virgin down there.
But now it's going to be. Now the show is so good, and the BCN studio has helped me. I think to work with them, they've helped me to elevate it.
Yeah,
that's what's wonderful about them.
real.
They're all the experience they have within theater and
I feel
performance.
like a real artist when I perform there.
Yeah,
because I'm like,
good.
I need these lights. And but you go into a comedy club, you're like, can I have this light? They're like, fuck off.
They're like,
you know,
what's lights?
What's
Well,
lights?
and that's the thing. I mean, I'll ask you during the next song, because there are some things that I'm going to need in reference to props and or things, and
Yes.
they provide that for people who are listening and will listen in the future as we repeat this. The BCN studio will work with you. There are many things that you need to get to with your production element and production team or what have you, but you can always reach out to Annie and the gang over there. So the bcnstudio.com, check it out. Actually, we always love to ask our guests to bring songs, and we've got little spits and spots throughout the next couple of hour and a half that we're still together, children. So yeah, refresh your coffee if you need to. But someone that we really, really love up in this family here is Jessie Ware.
Yeah, she
And
sings so
somebody let me know that she dropped a new track last night. And so we're going to play it. Now, Ian, what did you think about this track? Because you chose it. It's called I Could Get Used to This.
I could get used to this. I have been waiting. I love her so much. And then the teaser came out, and I've just been waiting for Friday, so you're all going to love it. It's a great song. It's going to be all over my Instagram stories for the next week, 2 weeks.
As well it should be. And remember, you can catch the jams live on rce.cat and 106.9 FM. Oliver Catalunya will be right back in... This one is 3.5 minutes. Okay, we'll be right back. This is Jessie Ware.
This is what I know. Step into my secret garden. It's not impossible to bloom and grow, 'cause everyone deserves their flowers. I'll only do it if I want to. Got you hot under the collar. You're like burning up my aura. Pleasure's just around the corner. I could get used to this. Tonight I'll satisfy my every motive. I could get used to this. 'Cause you're the one I wanna be alone with. I'll let you know when it feels right. Let me show you what feels nice. Let's stay here for infinity. Pebble silhouette Venus energy. I could get used to this. Yeah, I could get used to this. Don't you think it's about that time to take a moment and seek delight? Baby, tell me what's on your mind, what you need. Don't have to whisper our fantasies. Baby, ask and you shall receive. You just have to ask nicely. Please. I'll only do it if I want. Got you hot under the collar. Like burning my oil. Pleasure's just around the corner. I could get used to get used to this. I could get used to. Ooh, I could get used to. I could get used to this. Yeah, I could get used to. Oh, I only do it if I wanna. Heaven's just around the corner. I got you hung under the corner, and I'm burning, burning, burning tonight. I could get used to this. Tonight I'll satisfy my every motive. I could get used to this, 'cause you're the one I wanna be alone with. Let you know what it feels right. Let me show you what feels nice. Let's stay here for infinity. Pablo silhouette, Venus energy. I could get used to this. Yeah, I could get used to this. I could get used to. Come on, baby. Yeah, I could get used to this. I could get used to this. Yeah, I could get used to.
I mean, Jessie Ware, ladies with J's. Jessie Ware, thank you for that. Jill Scott's got a new record dropping very, very soon. Now, it has nothing to do with the fact that we're eating bread.
And almonds together at last.
Together at last.
Sorry.
Toasted almonds.
Get it together, Lucas. Get it together. Now, going back to our questions. When you're writing this stuff, when you're performing and writing all this as well, but when you're in your zone, why do I keep repeating Britney Spears albums? When you're getting into the zone,
In the zone.
do you have to, the vibe of the audience really make an impact for you, depending on what they're serving up? Or do you not give an ish, break down the fourth wall and do your thing?
What you mean when performing or
Yeah, when you're
actually,
performing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of, we are the creators of what we are saying. So the what you get from the audience does say, you know, affect the way you say it or perform it, or maybe perhaps rewrite some things,
Yeah.
which I've been able to do with my show, and perhaps yours as well. After doing it so many times, not just because, you know, you see that what some things work and some things don't. It's more of like how it's adjusting to the way people are living their lives nowadays, right? I don't know. That
But
times have changed.
is yours more, because I don't know, because you're a proper actress and a real writer. And my process has been very different because comedy requires an audience to get where it needs to go.
Right.
So it was kind of worked out in
Right.
Edinburgh Fringe 2024, really, was where I performed it every single day.
Right.
And it changes. You've seen the show. It's never really the same. Whereas yours has actual lines and beats and stuff. So,
Sure.
have you gone away and redone it depending on the audience? Because, for comedy, it's all audience reaction that dictates what you do. Whereas yours is almost like television, isn't it? It's like a script. It's like
Sure, yeah. There's
a piece of work.
absolute written script, and there's a structure, and but I have throughout the couple almost 2 years now I've been performing it. I have gone back and adjusted some of it because of maybe it's a little bit about the audience, but also about me as the performer, but also the person who's giving the message, how it feels to perform it and say it. So I've been able to go back and adjust it accordingly, and take away some characters and put in new characters. And I actually, this next time I'll be performing it, the ending will be different.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see
That
how
song
that,
at the
Why?
original ending, is it staying?
Why did you feel the need for that?
Why? Because I feel that the ending can be just as powerful by doing something a bit more of a mixture of the ending. We're not going to miss anything. It's going to be a little bit more of like two things in one. Let's just say that, and it'll be just as effective and just as much of a closure as there has been before.
I'm
So
excited to see it.
Yeah, Lord. I wonder, does that, because you have some of the more classical training, because you've been in film and television and cinema and stuff like that, maybe that is why you need, not you need, but that you write the script and you learn the script, but you can also, you're a pro, so you can adapt as you need to.
Sure.
You're an improver too. So.
Sure. The thing is, for me, it's exciting to be a writer of something, but then it's also as the performer, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I say yes to this? Because it's very intense, and it's just like, wow. But I forgot completely what I was going to say about.
Well, specifically when you're, as someone who's adapting, when you're doing that, you have to follow a script, but you can also embellish if you need to. You can also change something to a different line. You're feeding from a different audience, so maybe you can throw that because you get in the vortex.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the exciting part there.
And you have like light, because it's quite technical, your show.
It
So
is
there's
quite
cues,
technical.
there's like the conversation. That was that me and
we
Leo.
talked about that.
That is what we really loved about it, was like the conversation between you and the AI,
And the smart device.
The smart device. Yeah, like we thought it was so clever. And my boyfriend tells everyone about your play, but it's like this character who's not a character. It just felt like, even the opening scene, like, I don't want to give too much away, where we are behind the mirror and you're checking your teeth and all that, and I was like, this is already brilliant. I was like, screw her and her talent. Yeah, because I come out like, hey, like.
But it's a whole different thing, though,
That is
because
exactly-
it's
it
people
is.
are coming for different types of entertainment or different types of storytelling.
And it's interesting because it's about, obviously yours is about something very real that happened in your life. It's like a fictionalized version of your real life. And I was thinking about it the other day, like, how has your relationship changed? Because I cry with the show because I know you as well,
Yeah.
Like, how has it become? Because I found with my show, it's become easier and harder in different ways.
Yes.
Because I'm less in my head doing my show, but I'm now feeling more of the audience's grief while I'm performing than I used to a year ago. Like, I'm more in the room than ever.
Yes.
And actually, that's now harder than. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for your relationship with the show, how has it changed now?
I mean, I can see that, because you're becoming, well, you're an empathetic person, so you're feeling the audience more. And in London, I think this is one of the questions actually you're going to have. After one of the shows in London last August, an older man came up to me. He was probably in his early 70s, perhaps. He came to me, put his hand on my shoulder, and was weeping and said, I just lost my mother recently. I was like, wow. And he said, yes, she's older, I'm older. But nevertheless, it was hard to lose her. And your play is just beautiful. And he was just weeping, and it was such a beautiful moment. And as much as, I mean, that's why it's continuing. That's why I continue to do the show, because on one hand, I'm a bit schizophrenic, because I like to do a lot of different projects. I want to do different things, but Fickle Eulogy wants to be and needs to be reaching more people, and more people are wanting to experience something like this. So
we had a coffee at some point last year. Who knows what month it was, because we were so busy. Probably
might have
before
been.
even the summer, and we were talking about our shows, and one of the things I said to you at the time, actually, I was like, Nicole, your responsibility is to follow that story wherever it takes you next.
Yeah,
You know, because you were thinking about stopping. It was before you went to London. And you're like, I don't know if I should take it to London. I was like, I will set fire to your hat if you don't.
Well, do you have, obviously you got an incredible reaction from that gentleman as well, but do you feel the differences in the reactions when you're in Scotland, when you're in England, when you're here, when you're elsewhere? Do you get, or is it pretty similar reactions? And then same question for you, sir.
well, I mean, here in Barcelona, we have an international crowd, so
Very much so.
I think perhaps with stand-up as well, there's a bit more of a kind of just more of an acceptance and easier laughing and easier kind of response. In London, it's a bit different. You know, I appreciate it. It's a bit more the humor is different. So, and even some of the reviews that I've received, it's like, well, you know, some of the humor, it could be tweaked a little bit more to you know,
To our
our level of
That
comedy.
sounds
the
British.
English are not like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I appreciate that. I understand, and then I'm just gonna try to stay true to my weird humor.
How much can you adapt for the plays?
No, I mean, it could maybe perhaps some of the characters that the way they say something, but it's my humor.
Yeah.
So I just have to keep with that,
Exactly.
as weird as it can be sometimes. And people are like, wow, she's crazy.
When you're doing stand-up, Ian, is reading the room and knowing what your audience is, does that affect what you might say and or do?
Yeah, I mean, less so with Traumedy. I mean, there's a couple, there's like basically 4 main stories within the story, and what happens in between depends. You know, sometimes the audience are really energetic, sometimes, you know, they're more somber. But like last night, for example, I was hosting, and that's all about the room. So hosting shows has given me like that skill set. I started hosting like just after I came back from Edinburgh the first time, and it's a great skill to have, you know, to be able to just be, because I'm quite quick on my feet anyway, like in conversation. So being able to translate that to the stage, it took a couple of goes, but now I always feel like I can. Like last night we had a really drunk woman. I don't want to name her name, Ingrid, and she was such a laugh, but she didn't realize how destructive she was being, right, to the room. And you've got 2 choices as a host, to like get really upset with her, or just be like, hey, we're all here to have a great time and we want you to join us. And that just, you cannot get on stage as many times as I have over the last 2 years and not be better than when you arrived. And I think it really is about getting the hours in. Isn't it? Like,
Yes.
first you're doing the show, then you're feeling the show, then you're really performing the show. And, you know, I haven't done the show in a couple of months. I'm about to do it again in Dublin next week. And I get like these excited nerves. Do I remember it? Oh
Yeah,
my God. Am
yeah.
I still funny? Like,
Yes.
do they love me? As-
Will they see me for who I am? No, but
I've been thinking of Sally Field's acceptance speech a lot, and that just reminded me of that. Remember that? You love me.
that's what I base.
You really love me. I mean, that
Character on it.
is the example of insecurity from Hollywood.
You really, really
you
love
really
me?
love me. I'm one of you. Like, get off the stage. Don't you know you're Tom Hanks' love interest one moment, and 5 years later you're his mother in Forrest Gump?
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Child,
I'm so sad.
keep it real.
Hollywood, huh?
Get in line, you dumb bitch. We all have to. No, I love you, Sally Field. I love you. I think
Yes,
you're a
we
little
love
conservative,
Sally.
but we still love you, honey. But so when we're doing these types of things, and you are, I wonder if you are adapting, or does it change Traumedy at all as it's moved on in 2 years?
Oh, yeah, so many
Okay.
times, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a whole new beast, you know, because like also a few comedians have said to me, oh, do you get sick of doing the same material? Well, it's never really exactly the same, as you know. But I just think as well, what a privilege to be able to do what we're doing. I did a podcast in October in Ireland, and we were all talking about the importance of live performance.
Yeah.
And especially now, there's so much AI stuff and things on the internet that people don't know what to trust. To have people in the room not checking their phones. I mean, I really struggle with that because I'm like, please, Nicole, can you take pictures? Because people forget.
Sure.
But to have people's attention for an hour, sometimes an hour 20 for mine.
Yeah, sure.
Like that is something special
Very.
nowadays. And I'll never, ever, ever take that for granted. Everyone gets a hug on the way out the door. I'm always so grateful to everyone
Yeah.
who comes along. And I always, when I got on stage, want to do a great job. And sometimes when you're doing like the Edinburgh Festival, you're 25 shows in a row, you've been promoting yourself all over town, you've been flying, you don't want to go out. You just want to lie down for a minute. Please cancel the show.
Sure.
I wish today I don't sell tickets, you know?
Sure.
And then you turn up and you have the time of your life
Yeah.
and everyone loves it. And
Yeah.
then you remember this is really what it's all about.
Don't you feel like
Absolutely.
Madonna?
Amen, brother.
That's what it's like.
Don't you feel like Madonna?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
mean,
little
it's
prayer.
got to be real to have to do that over and over and over and over. And I guess I will find out soon. But
yeah. I
that-
mean, you're on that that energy, though. It's just good for you. I'm so proud of you and so happy
And you
for
have
you.
to be well, I think, to talk about these things. I think people believe it more when you're already in a really good place about it.
This
Yeah.
is something I've noticed. I'm going to get on my own soapbox and say that I've noticed watching certain stand-ups and people here, they are not emotionally, mentally, and spiritually well, and it shows on the stage, even if they're hosting. And I am thinking, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
See that's the thing that you've got to
Oof, do the
prepare
work.
yourself for because we are also surrounded by people who are such passion and desire wanting to perform and to connect with people, but not quite knowing where they are in that and feeling grounded and feeling comfortable within themselves.
Child.
And we have to be able to work
And
with these
you
people
know
too.
what?
Thank
Amen.
God for getting
support
older.
them.
I love aging for that reason because it has been something. I mean, I'm a lot of years sober, which has helped. But I like when you're talking about the Sally Field thing as well. Like, I love myself and I love my show. And actually, when I started doing it, there was a few people in the comedy scene that told me it was a bad idea. No one would come and see a show like that. Nobody wants to see storytelling. Yeah.
We're going to talk when the red light goes down. Because I've got something to say.
I'm so glad you continued with it.
Yeah, and I kept going because I knew that it would find its audience.
Exactly.
And I'm not competitive with anyone except myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And that allows me to support other people. I don't
right.
want to
Yeah.
be a Nicole. I want to support Nicole because she's doing something I can't do. She's like, wow, gymnastics, like doing like all these characters, like, and people can't replicate what I'm doing. Right. So, and everyone is kind of, and this is a real British thing, people are embarrassed to say they're talented. They think it's big headed. I'm really funny and my show is really good.
Yes.
That's it. And it's okay to say that.
Both of your
And-
shows
and
are
all the
really
Brits go,
fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like as a comedian, you're kind of expected to poke at yourself and like, that was my 20s. Like,
The self-deprecation, false, yeah.
I don't want to take the piss out of myself. I
was
think I'm
another
lovely.
thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of self-deprecation in
It can be,
comedy, which can be fun.
funny,
but
it's
when
fun.
it's over and over and over in 1 3 to 5 minute bit,
It's funny if you can tell the person obviously likes himself. Like I
Okay.
poke fun at myself, but people know
Yeah.
I love myself.
That you've
Like,
done the
because I've
work.
got like an energy on stage that isn't like if you don't laugh, and I said to a comedian one day, if the worst thing that happens to you today is no one laughs at your joke, you've got a fucking great life.
Yes.
Right?
exactly. That's one of the things that I'm saying. Yeah, same.
And you
It's a
have
great
the
life.
gift of being able to get on the stage and tell the story anyway, regardless of, you know.
I started comedy at 39 and I had been talking about it since I was drunk at 14. Right? And not like alcohol and drugs paused my ability to chase my dreams.
Hombre.
And I was like, I'm too old, I can't do this. And now look at Terry Hatcher, comedy in her 50s.
Starting in her
Call me
50s.
Terry. But that's why I did. One of the reasons I wanted to do the show was to inspire people that you can always have a reset at any point in your life.
Yes.
But it's your responsibility to look after your own happiness. It's not up to people to make you comfortable.
Yeah.
And that is for everybody, not
Everybody.
just people on the stage, children of the corn.
Everybody.
Life in general, yeah.
Yes.
Es que
yes.
ojo, eh? Uy, uy. I can't do that double L thing in Catalan. I've tried and tried for 17 years.
You got to work your tongue,
No.
baby. Work your tongue. It's all in the tongue.
Speaking of this next song is about working your tongue. I'm not kidding. Now, this is the rebirth of Marvin Gaye. His name is October London. He's not from the UK, though.
Did I send it to you?
No.
Oh,
Do
it's
you
a-
know
it's a
October
great song,
London?
yeah.
I love him.
This mother. Now, they did a remix that I changed because I'm not down with it. But it's called Touch on Me with your tongue, your hands, your cock, whatever. It's a 3-minute ditty of love. And I'm not kidding. You feel Marvin Gaye in this motherfucker, right? It's weird. All right. October London. Remember, Jams 106.9 FM here in Catalonia and RCE.cat around the world. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.
You know, we're all human, and you know, we're all sexual beings too. So it's lovemaking is just a part of it, and then lovemaking is what I do. You know.
Yeah. Oh, my love. Wanna get on me, babe. Wanna get on you. Want you to touch on me, wanna get on me, babe. Wanna get on you. Fire, desire. Your love, girl, takes me higher. Touch on you. You touching on me. This love is real, no fake or phony. And only, touching on me, I'm getting on it, go, touching on me. I'm getting on it. Wanna get on me, baby. touch on you. You touching on me. This love is real. No fake or phony. I'm getting on it. Touching on it. I'm getting on it. Go, touching on it. I'm getting on it. Get on me, baby. Wanna get on you. Want you to touch on me. Wanna get on me, baby. Get on you. Wanna get on you.
You know, this song wasn't really made, you know, to be a song. You know, it's more of a vibe. It's the light slow. It's the sexual infrastructure of lovemaking. Love, 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 love. Don't stop. Keep going. Go.
I'm getting on it. Touching on it. I'm getting on it. Go, touching on it. I'm getting on it. Wanna get on me, baby. Wanna get on you. Wanna get on you. Wanna get on me, get on you. Wanna get on you. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you're listening to those words right now and fingering yourself, I understand. That was October London and Touch Me. Touch on Me. Sorry.
I had to check the time when you said that. I was like, we're in the studio with Lucas. Yeah.
Yes, you are in the club with Lucas here on 106.9 FM in the beautiful state of Catalonia and its capital, Barcelona, in the country of Spain, in the continent of Europe, in the world. It's a global movement. Now, as we commenced hour 2, let me get back to my questions list. Wow, I really do have mango stuff.
I
in
know
part of
it's
my
actually
teeth.
pineapple, but that's fine.
It's pineapple, it's mango, it's youthful, it's fun, it's fresh. And when audiences laugh through heavy subject matter, what do you do when, because maybe that subject matter might not be necessarily so intensely for a laugh, but then they laugh?
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
ever had a weird reaction and thought,
Yeah.
did I shave my legs for this?
No. I think anytime anyone laughs, it's no matter what. It's just a way that someone's feeling like this release and this
Okay.
identification and this. I think it's beautiful.
Okay.
I don't take any offense to any kind of if it's like meant to be so serious and someone goes, that's okay for me.
Well, the intensity for like what you both deal with, one is death in family, and is the matriarchal death is always is the biggest one. And you deal with coming out of homelessness and addiction, big addiction. So when you're dealing with that type of stuff, balancing honesty, balancing humor with it at the same time, was that easy for you?
It took a couple of, I think that, the Adam Bloom says that, that you're not a person doing funny material, you're a funny person with material. So I think it's just sometimes in the delivery of things, isn't it? Because the first time I did Traumedy, it wasn't really Traumedy, it was just like a one-man storytelling. I just wanted to tell the story from start to finish. I got laughs in areas that, because I never planned it, and I was like, oh, this is actually just the way I tell it. I'm a funny person.
Sure.
But then I move things around because you need that comic relief. At the very end of my show, they always say in comedy, end on a big laugh. Well, actually, my show, you end crying. It's not on a big laugh. It's quite poignant. But like I wanted to insert a couple of big laughs. So I talk about this funeral I went to because a friend of mine had passed away of addiction, and everyone's just at their lowest. And then I throw in a joke and I get a snot bubble. And that's kind of like, as a comedian... That's it's what I want. It's what I want. No, it's kind of like just the bit I'm talking about. I talk about Holly. So Holly was a homeless woman I lived in the street with, and once I get out of that, she had passed away, and I was on her way to a memorial service, and I talk about how I knew it wasn't suicide because I knew she'd never had the signs like that and blah blah blah. and I talk about this memorial service, and then I say, when we live together in the street, she says, Ian, we're going to get out of here. We're going to travel Europe. We're going to go camping. And I was like, we are camping, Holly. And that actually used to be in the middle of the show, and I threw it into the bit with the memorial service because everybody is so her, and she used to laugh when I pulled her up on things like that, and that's the thing. The thing about my show, even though it's Traumedy by Ian Anderson, people leave and they tell me, I loved your grandmother, I loved Holly, it's like your show. We're kind of experiencing your mother through the characters, and it's not really you because it's Anne, isn't it? So it's like Anne's like this kind of like all the stuff going on in the background. It could be your whole family.
Can I ask, while it is you, and you are both telling your stories, one through in persona, one not necessarily, but do you ever feel, and I ask this because Sarah talks about it, Silverman, that you are taking on a persona or characterization of yourself when you're on stage, like you are playing a character in some aspect?
But you have to be, don't you?
Well, and that's why when you said, I am not an actor in any shape or form, and you were like, oh, the whole world is stage.
You are absolutely.
The whole world's a stage.
The thing is, you put yourself.
And then I had to think of Madonna's Take a Bow.
I'm kind of this. People have said to me that I'm exactly kind of off stage, exactly what they expected, having seen me on stage. So I think it's like an elevated version of who I would be in private. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, but not everyone can do that. When you get on stage, you take the microphone. People are expecting something, right? So
are you saying Rafa Nadal can't act?
He can perform in a very different way.
And I don't never need to say it again.
But I really want a snot bubble.
Oh yeah, snot bubble.
Well,
I had a woman.
Gave you one.
You gave me a snot bubble?
I'm pretty sure.
He was a mess.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. But there was a woman who came in after one of the shows, and she had lost her contact lenses from crying. Oh, God. And she said, I have to go. I can't see. You owe me some contact lenses. Goodbye. It's just...
She can't recognize you now. She's out there. She got hit by a bus 3 minutes later. R.I.P.
And someone had a fickle eulogy for her.
Yeah. When are we going to get to talk about yours?
Oh, we've got time.
Okay,
We've got so much
fine.
time. Oh,
Fine.
we got
Nicole's
time.
terrible at self-promotion.
Okay, you're good at my self-promotion.
I'm really good at yours. You're good at promoting other
you
people.
too.
And I think it's funny, like the abundant mindset of certain performers is a thing I'm very attracted to.
I love that you talk about that.
And I would say that people that come and see my show often are people that haven't ever seen a comedy show. And your show has brought people into theatre spaces, people that might not ever go and see a show.
No,
like
that's true.
Is really, that is the...
And in
people,
English, specifically here.
People have said, oh, I've never been to a comedy show before, but yours looked a bit different. And that's so cool.
Yes,
you know?
That's
like,
what's
how lucky
beautiful.
are we?
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
You know, that's why I really want to do my review. And like, I really think that... No.
But it's true. Like, it's true. Like,
It's very true. No.
When you have something to share and a gift to say, and you know, the gift of discernment, you have to, honestly, what I would like to do, and we'll talk about it later, like I keep saying, is provide, beyond laughs and tears, hopium.
Yes.
Because we are needing some hopium up
so
in this
much.
bitch.
Yeah.
That
And I
is-
wonder, really quickly, how much of that, because you deal with pandemic and shit, that when we started losing a lot of the hopium, especially with maga, and you have, you know, we all have connections or disconnections with family. Have performing these pieces given you any more insight, understanding, connection, reconnection with family in any different way?
In my case, because I'm grieving my mother, it's been my relationship with my father has changed just because, but I think because I've been able to process the grief because of the piece Fickle Eulogy, I'm in a different place. I'm I say things in Fickle Eulogy that, you know, if my family were to hear, they'd go, wow.
See, my father's going to be there.
Going to be towards me? The thing is, I'm actually thinking about taking it to Hawaii and to perform it for my family, because I'm now in a different place with with my mom being gone. I'm in a different place, having performed Fickle Eulogy, going through the process of grief. I still grieve her because I miss her very much. I love her, and
I did this morning with mine.
yeah, it's all, it comes up and it's just it's like this the intensity is still there, and I just crying for in one moment because of some song or some memory. But I'm in a better place with it because I've been able to go through Fickle Eulogy. Anyway, that being said, I can communicate with my sisters and my father in a different way because of that. And everyone has their own way of processing a death, especially of the mother or of their wife.
Or a life.
A life, any life. So in one way, I really want to share it with them. And another way, I'm thinking, wow, it's going to be really heavy because I'm so different from them in that way. I am sharing with the world. Yes. And they're a lot more private in that way. So it might help. It might, who knows? I don't know.
I know.
I hope so.
What about you, sir?
Well, what's quite interesting, I think, about my story is it's about a period in my life where I was a drug addict. I ended up losing all my life, living in the streets, getting out of it. And I kind of went, for some people, I lost touch with them for maybe a year or two. Came back into their life, and I hadn't really ever filled in the gaps. So for a lot of people, they only found out about this time in my life by coming to the show. Can you imagine? Wow. And some of my friends who were there remember their part of the story. So my only family to see it is the only family I'm in contact with, which is my auntie in Scotland and my best friend's mum and dad, who are like my mum and dad. And they kind of heard dribs and drabs, but they found out in a sold-out show in Glasgow. And at the end of it, all these people were asking for pictures and stuff. It was so funny. And my partner was with me. And I said to my auntie, she's so Scottish, what did you think of that? And she went, I mean, I just thought it would be different. She walked off. And I was really upset at the time. And Agnes, if you're listening, I was really upset at the time. But then, bless Leo, my partner, he was like, do you have any idea what it must feel like for her to have not seen you in nearly 20 years, and then come back into your life and find out all that happened? And that you never called her, or, Yeah. And I think for some of my friends as well, I did the show in Belfast specifically for my friends in Belfast, and they had no idea until the show, and my friend was like, why did you not phone us? And I'm like, but then what do you do, right?
Right.
So it's that thing where it's been, and when I met my partner as well, I was about to do the show, and this is something I wouldn't share with boyfriends, until I'd been with them a while. So about 3 weeks into our dating life, I was like, I'm about to do the show because this is what happened. I gave him like a top line, and I banned him from the first couple of shows. And then he found out by coming to the show as well. So it was like and it's that weird thing where, is it easier when you're talking about your family to share things to strangers as art than to sometimes sit down in it? Because I find it very hard to feel sorry for myself because I've processed it.
Sure.
And one of the things I definitely wanted to do with the show was, if the audience came up and felt sorry for me, I would stop doing the show.
Right.
But if they came up and talked about their own grief, their own loved ones, their own experience of addiction, I knew I had created something that was worthwhile.
Michelle
and that's
Ahern
what
said
happened.
that.
Yeah, it has
Michelle
to be.
said that too.
Yeah, well, we became busy friends because we
Really?
came into comedy at the same time, and we held hands and Thelma and Louised it to Edinburgh Festival. If I had not met her, I wouldn't have went that first year. Yeah. Like she takes complete credit for my career, but we just held on, and I was like, let's go. Yeah.
Wow, good. That's beautiful.
I love this. And we're going to throw on a track again that Mr. Ian had chosen. And this is something that, well, actually it was a number one club hit in 1991.
followed me
And
my whole
Crystal
life.
Waters, when you listen to her, you actually feel like you're coasting on crystal waters.
Yeah.
And I actually I absolutely love this song. This is Gypsy Woman. She's homeless. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes. And this is RCE.cat 106.9 FM.
It's your theme song.
It's my theme.
Do homeless. As she stands there singing for money. La da dee, la do da, 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 la da dee, la do da. In my sleep I see her begging, reaching, please. Although the fault is not mine, I ask God why. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless. And she stands there singing for money. La da dee, la do da, 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 la da dee, la do da. She's just like you and me, and she stands there singing for money. La da dee, la do da, 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 la da
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Gypsy Woman and Crystal Waters. And guys, honestly, if you don't know the of Crystal Waters, please go to your Tidal, Spotify, Apple, whatever. Just check out her
All our
House
songs.
Love, because it is a clear New York representation of the way things should be.
And Gypsy Woman was written about a woman that lived downstairs from her. It was an
Exactly.
accidental
Yes, it
hit.
was.
Yeah, it was a true story.
Fully
yeah.
based on something true.
Uh-huh.
And, excuse me,
Nuts.
if you see somebody, I'm nuts, they're gum. But if you see somebody that you can help on the street today, do that. You know what? Because you're being mandated by the universe to do so. Now, when you take your, I'm not the universe, I'm just being,
We are the world.
Well, yeah, but I'm not the universe. However, when the audience is laughing and stuff like that, does it make you go off into a different tangent sometimes if you're doing something more comedic? If you feel that they're giving it, so you just keep on going with that.
Stand up, obvious. I mean, yes.
I would
I
think
think
so.
your meditation character. 'cause
A meditation
she's
character.
so funny.
Yes, she's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I might have slipped in a few things here and there, but it's such a fast-paced character that there's not much room that I can do that, and I would like to be able to kind of be flexible to kind of react to some things, but subconsciously things come to me all the time with that character, especially and other characters. So I'm like, oh, I should stick that in. Yeah. So, but Ian, you do it all the time. You go on tangents. It's so great.
I'll suddenly get really pissed off about something. You've been there a few times where that's happened, and I just go, and this whole bit comes out, and I'm
Yeah.
like, anyway, back to the show. Like that
Sure.
happens a lot, yeah. And but also I think as well, like one of the great things about doing there's two types of the show. There's the show I do in the comedy club, which is like an hour. When we do at the BCN studio, the contract with the venue is different. So the first time I did my show at the BCN studio, I was quite freaked out because when people go into a comedy club, they come ready to laugh.
Sure.
When they come into a theatre, you need to tell them what the contract is. and they don't maybe know what's meant to be a comedy. People laugh at things they shouldn't in comedy clubs all the time. That's what comedy is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's allowed.
So I was in this kind of black box, couldn't see the audience. It was really out my comfort zone. And the first night, I got through it. It was very emotional. Cried the whole way home. And I was like, I don't know if that was my best, show. But I was quite new at it. And then my friend Amelia Jane Hunter, she's like, darling, you're going to be in a black box. People are paying to see you, and it's just a fucking privilege for them that they get to witness Ian Anderson doing what he does best. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
And so then the next night, it was a much better show. And it's like, I love the ability to be able to have the audience completely quiet for sometimes 3 minutes, then pissing themselves laughing and then crying, because it's kind of like that's life.
Yeah.
That's your average day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Like we go back to one of the reviews that they did on one of the London shows. A couple of them said it's a bit all over the place. Like it changes moods and gears so much. It's a bit kind of scattered. And that's exactly what fickle is.
Yeah.
That's why I called it fickle eulogy.
Yeah.
'Cause
But it's also life.
it's life, and grief
maybe
can
not
be
for
that
them.
way. You can be completely bawling in one moment, and the next moment you're laughing your head off because that's just the way it
That's
is.
me before every show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running to the bathroom. I won't eat. I'm telling my boyfriend, you'll need to go shopping. I need my space. And then I'm like, where are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like when we travel together, like he is the most patient man. He's like, he's just like, someone needs a sandwich. You know, that's usually.
My
you know?
husband just stays away because he knows
Yeah,
that
'cause
I
they
can't
know.
handle it. It's like just
And your husband would be like Leo, just placid, calm. Has cried at my show. Actually, always comes up. He's a fan.
he is a fan. Yeah.
But like just like that background. We were talking about this, to have someone who understands the madness of having an artist as a partner and being able to just support that.
Yeah.
Because we're not easy on show day.
No.
After the show, you're hugging. You want to say hi to people. You want to run away. Like it's so much.
Yes, it is. And I'm about to do a Q&A after these fickle eulogy shows.
I've been waiting on this.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, you've done this before, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But afterwards, I'm almost not there. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get myself back grounded to be able to talk to people afterwards and answer questions and share of myself.
You'll find that it grounds you.
Okay.
I find it very great because I started when I took the show to the BCN studio. This is so the BCN studio. So I wrote to Annie. I said, this was in 2024. I says, I'd like to bring the show start of 25, maybe February. I went down to meet them. I left 20 minutes later, signed up to do 4 shows in a row 2 weeks later. Right? And I wrote to the call and I was like, we're calling it a residency, and I am shitting myself. But they really, if it wasn't for them, and I really thank the BCN studio for this, they, first of all, are invested in every artist that comes through. They will sit through your show.
Yeah.
They love I've done my show there like 9 or 10 times. They've all sat and watched it.
Yeah.
They love it. They support it. They give me suggestions. They're really there. They really pushed me to try that at the risk that maybe no one would buy tickets. You know, they didn't know either. And it gave me so much confidence. I was like, well, now we're going on tour. Like, it was just like, actually, I can do anything I put my mind to. And the process of doing my show over and over and over again actually made me realize I could do anything, to the point where I end up leaving my corporate job. I inspired myself.
The real one, the real
my
job.
real corporate job. I know it's true. No, it's a thing, because in the show I talk about how I was a compulsive liar when I was in drug addiction,
my God.
and now I'm a storyteller and a comedian. So it's the same skill.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Yeah, hashtag who's Carol. Yeah, come see the show.
Yeah. You'll find
You
out.
used to tell people when you were homeless that you were.
No,
working
before
for-
my whole life, I told people I made up jobs and people, and I was crazy.
He talks about this in Traumedy, so
Yeah,
it's
Okay. Again, I will be catching it on the 6th, so come see it on
Yeah,
the 6th.
yeah.
So I'm going to be there. But also, but I just have it because part of the things that I'm talking about is the lies that we, especially with men, and the embellishment, and it starts at a very early age, and your girlfriend in Canada and shit like that, or wherever she may be.
Oh, I never made up one of those.
She lives in the Highlands.
I'm not that good an actor. I was like, voulez-vous? My girlfriend.
yeah, right.
She's a Romanian gymnast.
And he was only 6 years old. And so
Close.
you already know. Sachet Sante. But I'm going to throw in a really quick track because we have more stuff to talk about. And then I guess we should talk about other stuff too.
Yes.
I think I'm going to vomit. I'm going to vomit again. And now I'm going to play you something that most people don't know that this is actually a genre. It's called Sunshine Pop.
Ooh.
And it was, brought about together because of the Brady Bunch.
As if pop isn't
Kidding.
already
I'm
sunshine.
I'm totally kidding. But in the 1960s, out of folk, rock, and hip hop movement, I'm just kidding. Out of folk and rock and jazz came this sunshine pop stuff. And this is a band called Spanky and Our Gang.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Do you know Spanky and Our Gang?
Great title.
I'm going to tell you what, y'all. Now, this is a 2-minute ditty. And it is called Like to Get to Know You. And this is probably when, if you do it, you should refill your caffeine and then take a hit off your pipe. I would like to get to know you. It's 2 minutes long. We'll be right back. Remember, catch the gems live on 106.9 FM and rce.cat.
I want one coffee.
In the back room.
My what?
Your slipper. Oh, there's a pink slipper back there with the blue.
No, I
It's
have
not
my
yours?
shoes on.
It's not your. Oh, I'm
No, I have
sorry.
my shoes.
I'm
Thank
very sorry. I haven't met you before, have I?
No, I don't think so.
What is your name and phone number? May I ask?
I'm here with a date.
Well, maybe it's his slipper.
No, you must be crazy.
But I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would. But I'd like to get to know you. If I could. But I'd like to get to know. Finally I found, searching all around, just was not the answer. One I thought was true, looked a bit like you. I figured I might chance her. But I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would. But I'd like to get to know you. If I could. But I'd like to get to know. Hardly need to say she went on her way, said it was all over. Well, it's been some time, and I guess that I'm just meant to be a rover. But I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would. Yes, I'd like to get to know you. If I could.
Well, I can't promise that I'll spend a day with you. I can't promise that I'll find a way with you. I can't promise, no, I can't promise that I'll love you. But I'd like to get to know you.
Yes, I would.
Yes, I'd like to get to know you.
If I could.
I'd like to get to know you, know you, know. I'd like to get to know you, know you, know. I'd like to get to know you, know you, know. Yes, I'd like to get to know you,
Yeah. My experiences with that and from men from that area. Lord Jesus. I would like to get to know you too. And you know what? You can know all of us at the BCN studio this month because on the 6th and the 31st, you were going to be performing your
6th and the 21st.
21st, excuse me. So right before.
And then you have your show, Lucas.
That's actually a blessing because I do a little thing about clearing the space. So I'm glad I'm clearing it from someone else. And then you are in the middle
in
of
the
February.
middle. I'm between
Okay.
two ferns.
I'm gonna tell you what she's that. She's
Ferns,
that beautiful heterosexual
ferns.
sandwich between two homosexuals.
Friday the 13th.
Between my two.
Valentine's Day.
That's
15th.
right.
Yeah, because I'm going to be performing in Mallorca. And then I'll land on the 15th. I'll come and see you.
I'll be
So-
thinking about you on Valentine's Day. If anyone wants to spend a really nice Valentine's Day evening watching a play about grief, come and bring your date. We
And
can
then go have some beautiful dinner afterwards and go make
dinner
love
afterwards.
afterwards.
And talk about life and celebrate life. And
Here's the thing about with the tears that come from both shows. Science says that within 30 to 60 minutes after, you have actually a huge push of endomorphins and dopamine from the good cry that you have. Then you have a good meal and a little bit of what? You know what's going to happen after that? Shit. So keep it real, and that's the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so what is happening on the 22nd?
I'm going to vomit on stage.
Lucas,
I got my ticket.
can I just say, I mean, when I met you, I mean, wow.
Some years ago, no.
Yeah, some years ago now. And but what you do is just amazing, and how you do it. And now you're going to bring a big element of that onto the stage where live people are going to be sharing it with you, not just on the radio, not just on a screen, but live. And I'm so excited.
It's very exciting.
It's about frickin' time.
And you deserve the live audience feedback. There is no feeling in the world like it. Like it is on it. People say it's like a drug. I don't even think I think that's doing it a disservice. But like, especially now where we were talking about this the other week, like there's so much untruths and lies and mess. Like really like to have people in a room in an honest space to connect with people. You might not have the same opinions, but you don't run out the room together, to be like eyeball to eyeball with people and be sharing real life stories is like becoming very rare, you know, and I don't take it for granted. And you feel the energy in the room shift as you talk about different things. I think it's going to be, I'm excited.
And I'm excited too. I've got goosebumps all over my
We're going to have our big foam fingers, like number one.
I want those big foam fingers. I want those big foam
his
fingers
big foam
up
prostate.
my bum hole. No, please don't. I'm a virgin. But there's gonna be some uncomfortable. There's gonna be some sphincter retracting.
Good.
By mostly men, I believe.
As it should
And
be.
I really want, I want all men to line up and clean their bums so I can eat them all. But I want men to come to the show specifically, whether they are straight, bi, gay, in the closet, whatever the hell, because we're gonna be.
As a seat.
We have a huge man problem as my seat falls down.
Yeah.
I rebuke you, devil, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Jew. Don't remember, Christians, all you motherfuckers pray to a Jew. Even if you hate them, you pray to one.
Wait,
So-
say the name of your show.
My show is called Your Own Personal Stranger, and it's actually based on, well, it rhymes with Your Own Personal Jesus from
I love that
from
song.
Depeche Mode. But also, it's based on a psychologist from 1972 named Steve Milgram, who created the idea of the personal stranger. The personal, the foreign stranger.
Oh, the
something like
foreign
that.
stranger.
The personal stranger is what he calls it, something like that. And what it is someone that you see consistently. You've even said hi to them, you know them, you see them all the time in places, but you don't know them.
Yeah.
My neighbor.
And
My
this has
neighbor.
been Lucas's. How do I know you now? Part of the issue is that a lot of people know me because they think I might be my twin brother, who is very famous in certain emblems of the society in here, usually with the gay community. And we look a lot alike, but I've never been on the apps. And so I'm talking museums, I'm talking credit card, I'm talking wallet, money. I'm just kidding. Street, restaurants, metros I met Matias. I think his name on the apps is Matias. I love you, Matt.
Oh, is your brother going to come to your show?
I don't think so. Yeah. And but don't worry, I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit in this show. But we are going to be also, I've been here a hot minute, not as long as my sister here, but I've been here a hot minute. And I have been ingratiated with all manner of wonderful people. And the plurality of them are a bunch of fraud-ass, motherfucking narcissistic people with dismissive, avoidant personalities and attachment styles that need to go fuck themselves. But they know how to hear it really well. And you know who you are, bitch. Sis, bitches. And so I might not name names, but I'm telling stories. Because I've been Harvey Weinstein by one of the top casting directors here. And the shit gets real. And so when... Oh, and that bitch will deny it. But you know. Ready. And with the queers... We are really going to talk about the issues that are really coming about, because I believe it can even be sometimes inflamed more with homosexuals and queers and bis and the non-binaries, which that's fun. Yes, I'm going to make fun of non-binary. And there's an element where the fraudulence, because we've had to also, many of us, fingir, feign and be something that we're not. I mean, in the U.S., if you're black and Latino and that little pinky goes up when you're drinking your dad might punch you.
Yeah.
Okay? So you get immediately ingratiated to be, Barça, tíos, que es culé. And you ingratiate our children, and our boys specifically. And so then you grow up queer, and then they become fabulous, and everyone thinks they're RuPaul. And I've had an Andre. I've had 3 audiences with Andre Charles, never with Rue, but with Andre Charles. I had a burrito with him in a conversation at a Chipotle. So, and there are many, and I've had so many celebrity run-ins because I grew up in New York City, and my family ran a lot of businesses that in the entertainment industry. And so we're going to talk, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fabulous. I'm also going to be singing because the dear Lord gave me a terrible voice. And I'm also a classically trained actor. I did study at HB Acting Studio in 120 Bank Street. Shout out to the tutelage of Jeannie Kaplan for 4 years. May she rest in power. And so I've been working on this. I've been broadcasting for a while. So I'm ready to do this. I was born to do it. I was born to do this. And it's not going to be an Ashley Simpson, I'm going to jig myself off the stage moment. Okay.
Just curious, why? Okay, because you have all this and you've had this in you for a while. Why now?
Yeah.
It just feels,
Why not now?
It feels time. It just
Right.
feel like you feel now. It's like
I'm going to quote Mariah Carey. Not more than 3 short years ago, I was abandoned and alone, without a penny to my name, so very young and so, not very young, but so afraid. And 3 years
Proper
ago,
shoes upon my feet.
well, always proper shoes upon my feet. I do
Sometimes
have
you
50
couldn't
hairs,
even eat.
but sometimes I couldn't eat because I had to make sure that my babies were eating.
Yeah, I've done that.
And I was, and it was a terrible divorce separation. It bankrupted me, and I had the stroke from that.
Yep.
The mini stroke.
Yeah.
And when you survive all that, and you're able to keep it going, because really, when you grow up Latino, as my mom once said, honey, because I grew up in a privileged environment, and we're going to talk about that too. Less than 11% of Latinos grew up the way we did in a fucking country club in a 3-story house. You don't get that shit. My parents worked their asses off, but one of the things my mother always taught me, and we're really going to make jokes and talk about it as well. It's fun to make fun of my mom. She's a fly now. But is she going to fly in here, girl? Don't laugh.
She fly.
And,
she fly.
is that, honey, well, I won't say part of the jokes. I'm going to save that for later.
Uh,
And I don't want white people to get offended. So I need you to
course you
bring
do.
your...
That's all they do.
Just let them.
Yeah,
Let
just
them.
let them, yeah.
Let them. Mel
Let-
Robbins,
Oh my
let
God.
them.
Let
Just
them.
let them.
Yeah.
Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
You,
She's a bit of a scam.
She's
But,
a
People who
scam,
get
yeah, she's a
offended.
but I
grifter.
do love some of her words. She does it. But I will
sorry,
let them.
but people who get
But I
offended.
I don't want my
Yeah.
queers and my white brothers and sisters to be offended. But we are going to talk truth. Because I promise you, those of us who are Latino and gay or black or Asian, we've been dealing with all manner of jokes since the cows came home. And we actually made the cows come home because we're the ones who built that fucking country anyway.
It's funny you say about the dishonesty, because I think we spoke about this when I was on last time. Is like when you grow up gay, you're taught to lie. You know what I mean, like it just happens. Like I mean, I was in a little boy in the early 90s. I was born in 84, so it was kind of like, well, don't tell the truth about yourself because you'll break someone else's heart. You know what I mean? Like you're just drilled into you, like you being yourself. Like even the whole concept of having to come out, like me being myself hurts you. Like they always think the poor mother. I know that's the way they used to talk, and I'm like, I'm the one that's going to get gay bashed.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
because,
It's
what are they
so
gonna
bizarre that that's how we used to, like, it's not so prevalent anymore. It still happens. But it was this, like,
The
about
guilt.
what you were doing to people by
Yeah.
being yourself. And I've always really struggled with that.
That causes trauma.
Causes so much
And it's-
Of
trauma.
course.
And if you're having to deal with it over and over and over and over,
Yeah.
repeating it causes CPTSD
Yeah.
because it's a little
Yeah.
triggered every time. And you have to take the bitter with the sweet, and that's the name of the next song we're going to play, by the way. But, I got to put some Carole King up in this bitch. But there's, I'm not going to say that. But out of curiosity, I think that when we can express that in a funny way, and again, everything that since I was a little boy, in 1990, a beautiful Jewess, and the work of Jewish women has been the specific bastion for me, specifically starting with Joan Rivers when I was a little boy, because that was my mother's
higher
queen.
power. She's the higher power.
Exactly. And that was my mother's go-to queen because she was the only woman since the 60s, mijito.
She's so good.
And then it was Sandra Bernhard.
Yeah.
And my brother Roddy, I love you, Papa, and my sister Christine sat us down when we were 11 years old, 12 years old, and said, watch this. And it was a show called Without You, I'm Nothing. And what I saw was pieces of video of stage presence of comedy, of storytelling and music that she presented in an hour and a half award-winning show. And I was since 12, so now for 30 plus years. I'm 39, don't question me. It's been boiling. And so honestly,
It's time.
It is time.
And
Yeah.
that's,
It's
I
high
think,
time.
you know, it was the same for me. I mean, I was 6 years clean when I started doing comedy, 7 years when I started doing Traumedy. I had the name Traumedy forever. I mean, even before I was sober, I was like, oh, my life is but a Traumedy. And then when the timing was right, it wrote itself.
Yeah.
And like, there is like, you know, they always say God is the timing, but I couldn't have done the show any sooner. And also, I didn't have a message to transmit. And I think that's the thing. Like, when you're in the middle of something really awful or traumatic, getting on stage to try and correct that, it could be a mistake because it's kind of like, I always say, it's like going to one French lesson and then opening an academy. Like, you don't know what you're not there yet.
No.
And so now I feel like I'm in a place where, I've been through enough to actually comment from a place where I actually have a message, right? And it's not just about, oh, poor me. Actually, it's about something bigger, you know, and that's
It's
what
always
we're meant to
about
do.
others.
It's always about others.
always
That's what
about others.
storytelling's for.
Exactly.
exactly.
That's what my
Yeah.
work is for.
Yeah.
Anything I do with education, business, or history, or broadcasting, it's always about promoting
community.
and helping and doing something for others. Because you know what? That's something my father taught me years ago. Mijito, we're all in the service industry. Some of us just get paid better for others. I mean, if we don't have sick people, we don't need hospitals. The doctors don't have a job. We don't get hungry. What's the supers in a restaurant for? Darns. So everybody needs to get over themselves, and Elon Musk needs to die the death of an infidel. All right, now, I said it. White South African piece of shit motherfucker with a little botched penis.
And it's funny you
we
say
know
it.
what's going on.
Because the last line of my show, and I have these on tote bags, see? That says, love other people like their lives depend on it.
After I said that about Elon Musk, but only when they're capable of reciprocating that. No, I'm just kidding. Love, 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 because you got to take the bitter with the sweet. This is Carol King. Remember, RCE.cat and 106.9 FM. We'll be right back.
I have that in my.
Sometimes I'm tired and I wonder what's so all-fired important about being someplace at some time. Whoa, but I don't really mind, 'cause I could be on easy street, and I know that you got to take the bitter with the sweet. I guess it gets to everyone. You think you're not having any fun, and you wonder what you're doing, playing the games you play. Hey, well, it's true what they say. If you want to feel complete, don't you know that you got to take the bitter with the sweet. A friend of mine once told me, and I know he knows all about feeling down. He said everything good in life you got to pay for, but feeling good is what you're paving the way for. La, 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 la. La, 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 So don't let it get you down, my friend. Though it seems the blues will never end, on this you can depend. They always do, and I can tell you that it's true. It's a feeling that can't be beat, and you got to do it. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. The bitter with the sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, sweet.
What a beautiful song from the
It is a
70s,
beautiful
right?
song. It is from
Carol
1974.
The 70s are the best decade for music. That's all I have to say, and I'm
Honestly,
sticking to it.
And the 90s, too.
No.
90s club music
no.
was good, but I was a soul teenager. I loved soul music
Oh, dear
growing up.
baby.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah.
to the day I
Yeah,
died.
Stevie is the best.
I'm a Donny Hathaway boy.
Oh, yeah, I love Donny Hathaway. Come
like
on.
butter. Like butter. What a voice.
Roberta Flack and him were like,
Roberta,
yeah.
yeah.
That was how
Such-
she got her start, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, she was like his backing singer.
Really?
Yeah, same as like Luther Vandross sang backing for Aretha Franklin. That's how he got his
Hold
start.
on, I really
He's
And
want
so-
Luther
to.
Vandross is my
He's so
what
so
voice.
Was
beautiful.
Roberta Flack the one who sang?
She sang.
Killing it softly.
Yes,
with
yes,
your
yeah.
song.
yes.
But she also did the theme song to Play Misty for Me, the first movie that Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood ever directed with Jessica Walters.
What song? What song? What
I-
song?
I think it's.
Play
I
Misty
think
for
it-
me was like a horror-y
It's-
thing. It's
it's
quite
just
creepy
fucking-
old
it's my
movie.
mother.
Yeah.
It's my mother. That was my
Misty.
mother. Jessica
Misty the
Walters.
Fly.
Okay.
My mother, Jessica Walters, was my mother in Play Misty for Me and in
Yeah.
Arrested
Quite
Development.
creepy.
That is my mother.
It's quite a creepy movie.
That's my mother.
I can't wait to see
Both
that
the Crazy
series.
Side
Yeah.
and the
You'd like
Diva
it.
Country Club.
You got to keep on writing that series,
It's,
Lucas.
it's being written. I
know,
never
it's
stopped.
being
I
written.
tweaked it. It's being written. Now, okay, back to my questions list. Back to my questions list.
We're not off the hook.
Have you discovered anything new about yourself in recent times with this new year? Well, performing, but also leading into this new year, because I think 26 has started off really wiggity whack. Crisscross style, y'all. Crisscross.
It's about, for me, to not think too much about things
Yeah.
and just do what I want to do and work towards it. And because I tend, I just think a lot about, oh, what if this, and oh, I shouldn't do that, and oh no, it's not good enough, and oh no, it's not going to do well, but whatever. And I've shown that in recent past few years that just doing something will lead to something else.
Okay.
So I'm speaking more of my creative side and my performance side, and I'm enjoying that. Just going, okay, do it. Let's do it. I mean, that's Edinburgh. I didn't think about that.
You didn't.
I didn't
It
have
was-
time
It
to.
was crazy. She's just like, I'm going to Edinburgh.
It was very last minute.
Yeah. And you had, what was your rehearsal slot? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was 12 o'clock midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We had just arrived that afternoon. My son was going, what? Because he's my technician, my sound. And I said, this
yeah.
is rock and roll, little boy. This is what it takes to be a performer in theater. And you know.
Yeah.
And then we had a performance the next morning at 11 o'clock in the
crazy.
morning. It was insanity. But it was a great experience.
Yeah, you did it great.
And
So,
for him, too.
yeah.
Because that is really, I think and I don't know if this is a social media thing, because I didn't get social media until I started doing comedy, but I've noticed that I would work harder than other people want to. And a lot of people think you can't just post online, take out an ad, and for my type of show, certainly anyway, people come to see me. They want to know about me, they want to meet me, but I hustle for tickets like I used to when I started 2 years ago. Like I'm so grateful for every audience member, and even if only 2 people turn up, they'll get the show of their life. You know what I mean? That's what's so important about it. It can be, I took the show to London and I had one show where I sold like 20 tickets, and because of the weather, only 5 turned up. But then the next show, remember I got off the plane and your agent wrote and says, I'm trying to get tickets for your show, but it's sold out.
Yes.
And I went, I told you I was going to sell out. And she's like, I just didn't expect it. And I went, well, I expected it. I knew. And so it's like, I had a very good year last year, and some people didn't. I might have a good year, I might have a bad year this year. Some people won't. And what my point being is, don't let world events dictate how you're meant to feel. I think that we're told on a global level to withhold our joy. How dare we enjoy ourselves because of everything going on in the world? I think that's exactly the reason why we need to spread more joy.
Yes.
And there are many ways to get involved. You can protest, donate, actually get involved. Posting about it on Instagram isn't doing diddly fucking squat. I'm glad we got gay rights before you were involved.
Yeah.
Like these
That's part of
virtue
what we're talking
flagging.
about on
Yeah.
22nd. And no respect, no understanding of this
Yeah,
shit.
just get out,
Give me
get
a line.
involved. Yeah. So now, like, I enjoy life. There's lots of ways to get involved and help people. And like, if you have a shit year, which I have in the past, it will also pass, right? And the humility piece in it for me is, this time in my life is also going to pass. And so I have to enjoy it.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
It's going to get hard. I'm going to have a hard season with my partner. Like, it's hard to travel and keep your relationship well communicated. Well, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of struggle to do what I'm doing. We were saying it's really lonely. I texted Nicole when I started touring last year, and I was like, I didn't realize how alone I would feel. It's like I don't go out and play with the other comedians because I don't drink and do coke. So it's it's a whole other thing. But it's like it will pass. The good times will pass. The bad times will pass, and that's really what my show's about. Is it's always darkest before the dawn. Whatever you're going through just now, something good is around the corner, but then the good will stop and the bad will come again, and that's life, man.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky enough to live long enough, then you'll experience all those ups and downs. It's such a privilege to feel.
Yes.
And to emote and to express and to break down and
the things that most heterosexual men can't do.
No, but these are the times you're gonna miss one day. You're gonna go, I remember those times. And I've been telling myself recently, there's this little mantra. I'm like, I'm feeling exhausted. I'm working so many hours, and I'm like, this is part of it. This is part of it. Life. So enjoy it because you are privileged, like you said. We are privileged to be able to share our expression and our art.
And what were you saying a year and a half ago? Oh my God, I can't get people to come and see my show.
Yeah.
And now she's like, I've got so much work.
and well, I want you to get those shows. Remember, you can catch it through at bcnstudio.com. Also, all the meta channels, we are there, but you can get that through Nicole Kolar's or Fickle Eulogy. You can get that at Ian Anderson Comedy. You can get it at the Club with Lucas. And through the BCN Studios and the Traumedy Show as well. So you got all of those ways to get tickets. Also, we're going to be throwing out a lot of clips over the next couple of weeks, so you're going to get those tickets and tags as well. People, hold on. Oh, yes, that's the name of the next song. This is Lisa Stansfield, and we'll be right back. And Cold Cut. We'll be right back to give you a little bit more love and some chatter at the end.
Everybody's looking for me. Everybody's doing their own thing, and nobody's solving the problem. Ain't nobody helping each other. Some people give in to fear. Some people give in to hunger. Some of us live for the future. And some of us wonder. Give a little light, give a little love. Maybe there's enough for everyone. Give a little hope and a little trust. Maybe there's enough for everyone. People, hold on. Don't do yourself wrong. People, hold on. We've got to be strong. People, hold on. Everybody's getting frustrated. Why should we live with this hatred? We're all dancing on the thin line. They're making out we're having a good time. So who's gonna give us the
Okay, Lisa Stansfield, guys. Lisa
Whoa.
Stansfield, and I've been feeling her a
I
lot.
love her.
Just before, like I did with Whitney before she
yeah,
passed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Lisa, stop with the drinking.
I can find
We
my
all
baby.
know.
Being around the world,
My brother,
aye.
my brother went to see her live a few years ago, and she just ended the show like walking off with a glass of wine and left.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Please,
girl.
calm down.
But Lisa,
Call
we
me.
love you. Cut that cold. Cut that cold. That was cold cutting Lisa Stansfield. But let's wrap up really quickly. If your show could have a theme song, I know I had to ask that stupid question, but I want it. What would it be?
God, yeah, I mean, I know what Ian's is,
Oh,
but
yeah,
he's
that's
got
true.
one.
We just played it, didn't we?
It's kind of hard for me because of all the different characters and changes and moods and vibes, and
But what's the song at the end?
the song at the end is "Here's to Life." Like one of the greatest versions is Shirley Horn, but the one I use is a different artist. But "Oh, Here's to Life" it's such a beautiful
Every
song.
time I hear it now, you don't want to hear that.
With the
5 to
pictures
12.
too, but
5 to 12 in the morning in Edinburgh, crying all over
Mm.
people's life. I mean, it's for me is the perfect.
Okay, well,
Why?
final question then. Advice or something you would have told an earlier self, your inner child, your inner youth, when you could, or if you could have, what would you have told them?
Exactly what I just said about something I discovered about this year is just do.
Do it.
Just do. Don't think. I mean, there is an element of thinking of like how you are going to go about doing something, but just follow your
Follow your bliss.
your bliss, and you're in it, and then everything will fall into place.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what would you have told your inner self, inner
That
youth?
being creative is not a waste of time. You know, like I think, and I kept that almost talked myself out of ever giving this a go. You know, like oh, it's a waste of time. I'm too old. I have a real job. Like words like that.
Yeah, man.
I have discovered performing live how important art is to other people. Some of us need to make it. We all need to make it, and especially in the addiction space, they say most addicts are creative people without an outlet. And the longer I'm creative, the more I can see that to be true.
Wow.
Or closet cases that never could come out.
Yeah, that's something I want to do this year is help more people find their creative
Yeah. Everyone has it.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So, kids, go find your art, go find your bliss, and
Come
please
see
don't
our
find any
shows.
ignorance. Remember, you can catch Traumedy, which is happening at the BCN Studio in Carrer del Alcano in Puebla Sec. You can buy that at bcnstudios.com as well for tickets. Traumedy will be playing on the 6th and the 21st. Fickle Eulogy will be playing as well at the BCN Studio on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of February. And then my show, Your Own Personal Stranger, will debut on the 22nd. 22226. Yes, it's all about divine numbers. Now, also, I follow Charo and have for a while now on social media. And a lot of people, even though she's from Spain, they don't know her here because she blew up in our country with, well, en las Americas, de verdad, but also with the Love Boat before we were even born. So you chose a song before we were even born. You chose a song called Malagueña
Yes.
by Charo. Why did you choose this one?
I heard it the other day on the radio. I think it was listening to KCRW in California.
Oh,
they
shit.
played it. I was like, oh my God. I had no idea she was such an amazing guitarist.
Oh, no.
She is so talented.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. I didn't know that.
Since I was a kid,
I
my
knew her
mother
as a
loved her.
personality actress, an entertainer.
Yeah.
But she's a classically trained. She's amazing.
Spanish guitar and a woman.
And I didn't know that she married an older man when she was 14, 15.
Whoa.
They lied about her age, I think, and he was in his 60s.
Oh my God, it's a total
didn't know
Aaliyah
that.
and R. Kelly moment. But forgetting that,
sorry.
prison bait. This is Charo, and she's a fabulous woman, even when she's walking down the street with her dogs and no shoes. It's LA. What are you going to do? You know your people going to call.
Charo.
All right, people, power to the people. Remember, take care of yourselves, because if you're not taking care of yourselves, how are you going to do that for other people? We love you. We will see you same bad time and channel next week. BCN Studio, we love you too. Bye, everybody. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.